did you move?
New Jersey, very close, about 30 minutes away.
Wow.
I have a house,
A yard?
an
Filled with
attic,
skeletons.
a basement, and a town full of people who are trying to out-impress each other with Halloween decorations.
Right. Well, you're in a town where now you're involved in town
now I'm
stuff.
Batman.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Batman.
I'm going.
I love this for
I'm
you.
at Home Depot and
man.
I'm looking at skeletons.
Sick.
And I was gonna do a booth that says a sign that says
This is why you're wearing the more subtle G.I. Joe sweatshirt.
Yeah.
This is his.
Yeah.
This is his dad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Suburban Greg.
Suburban Greg.
Part of the community.
He can't wear Skeletor giving the finger anymore.
Neck up looks like Ricky Henderson.
So I had a
As
couple.
a baseball
Perfect, got
years
it.
ago. You'll look him up. You'll be like,
Who
I
spoke
know
in
what
the
an
third
outfielder
person?
is and looks like.
So he spoke in the first person or the third person?
Third person.
Third
Oh,
person.
yeah.
Ricky's the best of all time. He'd say shit like that.
I love him already.
He was like The Rock, but a guy in the world. I know you want to talk
He's
about
like
I know, but
Greg's
we're gonna get
character.
there.
Yeah. And
I'm not. You keep going.
all right.
I
Ricky
just keep
Henderson
jumping.
basically let out Greg's character idea, but then lived it the rest of his
sure.
life.
Yeah. But had the same name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I'm
Like a
Ricky
new
out here,
Ricky.
but he's like, but there's another Ricky
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Got
He's
it.
kind of who Greg is talking about with R. Kelly being like the weirdness of R. Kelly without the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Ricky Henderson kind of
Oh, I
fits
don't
that
know about
bill.
Ricky Henderson.
We
Yeah.
just explained it.
He's wild.
But I was worried.
He's took the base when he
something
broke
else.
the stolen bass record. He took the bass.
He took the
with
base.
He took the bait.
Yeah. Game over. He took
Incredible.
him. Time to go.
Just goes. Well, we know where the base was, man. So just pretend it's that.
What do you got? You don't have extra bases?
Right.
You don't have a stack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, go.
I apologize. I just never knew when the wave was at.
I understand that.
So I just kept over jumping.
You're fine, man.
So I was like, all right, I got to come up with a plan for my lawn, right? What are the skeletons doing?
Yeah.
And a bunch of, and this is not the one that voted the best, but this is what I just want to let you know. I wanted to get like 50 skeletons in a circle, like all stairs, like a circle.
Like
they're all
facing each other?
Facing each other?
50.
Yeah, like so it's real
How big
tight.
is your yard?
Yo,
I was going to
I
say,
was there
there's no
yesterday.
way it's big enough.
This would have to go in the backyard where no one can see it.
You would
so
argue
much
that, yes.
scarier.
You'd argue
Yes.
that when you...
Which is-
It's not for presentation.
yeah, that's
It's
where you
private.
do real skeletons. You do
Yeah.
them back there.
There's a sign
You
that
do
says the real
fake ones up
skeleton.
top.
Yo, this
I'd
guy.
like to be a Halloween skeleton when I die. You guys
That'd
can
be
use me for
fun.
that.
That's fun.
That's
Great.
fun.
Or pranks.
So
like we said.
This guy in a Cobra Kai sweatshirt just bought $10,000 in plastic skeletons.
He just bought us. Sorry, Larry. We're out. Larry, Greg got them all.
They go, we don't have enough lists to put this guy on.
So a couple ideas real quick. One was they're all
your time.
standing in a full circle.
Okay.
So it looks like there's some kind of like a witch's sacrifice happening. But then it's just a big stone with someone fucking another skeleton. And so it's like some skeleton orgy.
Just
Yeah.
just a crap
Right.
party.
But you gotta get close to the skeleton to see. You gotta go, what's happening in there? You go, oh my God. This is who this guy is? That's who my new neighbor is?
I like that in Greg's world, someone is so like, what's happening on this yacht? Like, has to like
What's this crowd?
investigate. Yeah.
What's this crap?
They're fucking.
Everybody over
yeah.
here for.
Move aside. What? Who has the time? I'm driving by.
Some of the skeletons,
Pull over.
Some of the
Right.
skeletons have cameras with a big lens. They're like, what's
Yeah.
all the commotion? What's the celebrity?
Yeah.
Funny.
Why are all these skeletons getting together?
The second idea was I was going to try to do the dead wall from Talktown. Just get a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of skeletons,
From Talktown.
make a wall with a Q, and then people just go, what is this creepy wall? There's a
QR
QR code for the podcast.
Oh,
mean,
nice.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, like a
Not
lot
bad.
of money for not a lot of people
Well,
scanning that QR code.
No, it's actually a good idea.
It's a very one-by-one approach to getting listeners, but I do like it.
You'd get them.
You'd get the right people.
Right. If you made the like a big scene on your front lawn and then there was a QR code and you said for more, those are the people. They're locked in. They're listening to this
Right.
podcast.
Just print one
forever.
out.
Plus, if it goes viral.
Just put it on the front of your house regardless.
Right.
Right.
What do you
Local podcaster makes QR code.
I do think that's a great marketing idea. What about, and this isn't for whatever, where do you think people would fall if you did with the skeletons a nativity scene? Do you think people would be upset by that?
You do a spooky nativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you keep it up from October to end of December.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
And you
Never
say,
have
it's
to take
for
it down.
all
Yeah.
year. People go, that's dead Jesus. You're like, that's for all year. There's a turkey on it too. You know, it's for all year.
Is that offensive? Would you
Yeah.
have
Is
trouble
it?
in the town?
They don't like
spooky
anything.
nativity.
Yeah, they'd be furious.
Yeah,
My
they don't like
father-
when it's not white. Like what?
Right.
Maybe this would make them happy. Skeletons are white.
They would.
True.
Well, as speaking from a son of a very Catholic person, you dabble with anything there. They go, I don't like it. You're like, why? It's a
They all
skeleton.
get Dante. They all get Dante on you.
Yeah.
They all get a little sassy.
Yeah.
And they use Dante for that purpose.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I mean?
Weird.
Dante is a beacon of love.
Yes.
I wanted to do like the JFK assassination.
Oh, that's
You know,
fun.
with the
That's fun.
skeletons,
That's fun.
but
Yeah.
also have a second shooter
On the roof.
So it's like to push
That's
my
a
own.
good
That's
idea.
a great idea.
So every year you do a skeleton interpretation of a conspiracy theory.
I love it.
So
Awesome.
every year you do a new and people would look forward to it. They go, "Oh,
Yeah.
what's
What's
the
he gonna do?"
Right? You could do Area 51. You could
COVID.
do
Yes,
COVID.
a bones Fauci
Just
getting
vaccines
money.
What
in
is it
general.
this year? People are like wondering what. That's
Yeah.
something
Getting
people
a
to pull
flu
over.
shot.
Yeah,
If I did 100
a
skeletons,
skeleton in a mask.
Somebody voting.
100 skeletons on my lawn, and then one giant needle and said, "These are the bones of everyone who took the vaccine." And the neighbors go, "Oh God, this guy moved in." Jesus, man.
It would be actually hilarious.
It would be really funny.
Yeah.
Your
That-
front yard
All
just
died of
turns into-
blood clots.
yeah.
And the Fauci bones going, all died of blood clots. And he's got so much money in his pocket.
We would
His
get so
bone-
many listeners, but the wrong kind of people.
That's,
Yeah.
Hit the
but
QR code for more.
I think that with the QR
Takes you to
code
Joe
on it, and
Rogan's
every
podcast.
Halloween, you do a different conspiracy
Yeah.
theory
Yeah.
that's
Right.
out there.
Start with
That's so
JFK because
funny.
that's like the most.
Yeah.
that,
It's
like,
very
people,
easy to
People would be,
understand.
and it wouldn't be divisive. So you need people to
Right.
like get wind of it. So you got to do JFK. You got to do like the aliens, and then third year you're doing like COVID. You're doing
You have a bunch
election
of-
shit.
Yeah, you have a bunch of skeletons with yarmulkes on hitting buttons, and then the
Right.
weather changes above.
Right. Yes. You have a screen behind that's like a LCD.
Like a thunderstorm,
Yeah.
Yeah. A
You were like,
big
did
bone.
you see
He's got a
what-
lizard tail.
I think
You know?
Yeah,
and the Hillary
lizard
Clinton's
tails
climbing the wall and a
Yes.
giant tongue with all these emails in her bag. She's delivering the
it
email.
used to be fun. I don't know what happened to that house. Have you seen the house? Like people would be talking about it.
Yeah. This is how you
What's
you
he gonna
ingratiate
do this
yourself
year?
into this neighborhood.
But
Yeah.
all part of this is you can't talk to your neighbors. You
Yeah.
can't talk to anybody. That's the vow of silence you have to take, which I don't know if is really
Well, I
possible.
think you
for
can, but you never mention it, and you're just the
Yes.
friendliest, most genial
Really?
neighbor.
Yeah.
Right,
You know? Normal
with
guy.
this very big interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year is just Hulk Hogan having sex with a man. It's like, well, this is what I believe. I think Greg thinks Hulk Hogan's
Right.
gay. He definitely is.
You're
Oh,
like
he's over-
Dante made that one.
Yeah.
Right, you get so known for it that people start trusting your conspiracy.
Yeah, this is-
Right,
yeah.
Yeah.
right.
This is
Yeah.
how you start a cult.
Yeah, scan
Yeah.
for the facts. The sign that says scan for the facts.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. All right. It's a lot. And then the Halloween guy's going to go, I think that's Greg. Dude, if you see Greg, you got to grab him. You're going to make so much commission on skeleton bones
The
this
Halloween.
year.
What are you dressing up as?
Like there's one guy at Home Depot
Yeah,
who works the Halloween section. Got it.
Halloween Hank?
Man, Lively, you're starting to get there.
Yeah.
You're starting to get so accustomed to Greg's brain.
I know.
that
I'm
you're
in it
getting
now.
shorthand.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Fun
I'm
place to
psyched.
be.
You know what? I got nowhere else. I got nothing else. This is it.
To answer Jared's question, I believe what I would dress up as every year.
I treat this like a fucking press conference.
I would dress as Ryan Seacrest.
Jared, New York Post. What are you dressing up as?
I would dress as
Problem.
Ryan Seacrest to introduce the display. Well, I'm Ryan Seacrest, and today Greg believes the Earth's flat. And I would explain. I'm
Ooh,
here to the
flat Earth.
Flat Earth. How are you going to do that with
Yeah.
skeletons? How do
Falling
you do
off.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
fun.
Fun.
And it can be artistically interpreted. Like I'll just build a cliff, and
Yes, and it's the world. It's
Sailors,
like-
fall. Yes,
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and the,
have a ship.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
I like
and then
that.
you have like one of the skeletons in a Kyrie Irving jersey.
Yeah.
There you
know,
go.
like sort
Right.
of like
Yeah,
talking
like,
out to the
yes.
streets.
Right,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
this.
I told you guys.
I knew.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What if also I start predicting what will happen this year with Bones? So it's not just conspiracy theories, but it's, Charles Barkley getting into a fist fight with someone. It's like, and he's like, yo, I become Nostradamus through my Halloween bones.
It's going to get hard to really show what you mean. I think at a certain point, people are like, what is this?
And then
Like,
the
"You
thing
see
happens-
Charles Barkley and the skeleton?
Until the thing happens, and then they look back and they go, Did you see Greg's?
You
fucking
become
thing?"
You have
the
to
new
do
That's what happened
something
today.
that you know is coming first. Like the first year you
Right.
do that, you have to do something that you're like, I actually know like something, maybe because of like a person something's going to happen, then it proves true. Then moving forward, carte blanche, my friend.
Right.
Yeah, your first one, because you're in entertainment, is like a popular show is getting canceled before everybody else.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Somebody going on a big tour
Right.
or something, something.
Something about Talktown. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of skeletons investing in Nvidia, and you're like, yeah, that's the people getting stock tips for my bones.
NVIDIA.
That's so funny.
Your
People are-
skeletons become like the GameStop situation.
Yeah.
Changes the stock market.
Yeah. Yeah.
GameStop is shooting up again.
Is it?
A random
Oh, sorry.
suburbanite guessed this with his skeleton.
I bought GameStop
How?
way late.
Oh.
So
Way
when you-
late.
Way late. So I was like, yeah.
So it was
That was like
4
so-
days ago.
Well,
Greg
that-
watched the movie.
so when you said that, I got excited because I hadn't checked on it in a while.
Well, that is funny because there was like 3 days after it happened, people were like, whoever buys now is the dumbest person on this earth. Like there's like
They said whoever buys now, I had the TV off already.
Yeah.
And I was already like, hang on, I gotta
buy now.
And Greg went to TD and went, let's have a second kid.
Yeah. Buy some more sunglasses.
Yeah. What?
Are we getting
No,
I think we're just taking a moment to look at our work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Admire our work.
Like a proud child
keep that
getting something
in?
out of the
that
fridge.
was like when they asked to get like room silence.
yeah, room tone.
Yeah, room tone. Well, sometimes you guys think I got something because I don't stop talking, but I had nothing.
No, I
Wow.
think we were
No.
going for a while with a lot of gusto.
Yeah.
So take a
it's-
breath.
Yeah, this is
Seventh inning
goes up
stretch.
and down like an EKG.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Try
got to
to-
go down.
Yeah.
Not every episode can be a winner.
What?
They're all winners.
He's doing this. Don't fall into
Don't
that
let
trap.
him-
He's having a great time.
I take everything he says personally.
I know you
It's
do.
crazy you do.
I know, but it's fun for me. It's an emotional roller coaster all day. It makes me tough, you know?
What else did we want to talk about? I mean,
Holidays?
you want to talk about moving and like what how are we moving around in
Oh, I got
Talktown? Moving
topics.
apartments, houses.
How far is the house from here?
35 minutes.
35. So New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. New Jersey. My landlord, we don't talk about red flags. We sign a lease. Landlord goes, oh, by the way, we're not, don't flush feminine products or paper towels or toilet paper.
No.
And I said,
Or vote for Tampon Tim. He's got a lot of rules.
Yeah, I bet he does.
yeah. So I had to text him, oh man, we're big toilet paper people in this house. And
Big
Huge
TP.
on toilet paper.
we're going to use
Big
it.
skeleton people, big TP.
Yeah. And he said, okay, but just use one ply. I said, buddy, I've been using two ply so long. And actually,
ply?
he tried to get me to do one ply. And I told him,
One
studies.
plies your hand.
One ply.
Yeah,
is-
I
Yeah.
agree.
It's just, yeah. I said literally, actually, studies have shown that people who use one ply use more toilet paper, so it's actually worse than the two ply. I made that up, but I sent him studies
It's
show.
a fair.
All you have to say is
yeah,
studies
that's
show.
like, right.
What's that for?
1 o'clock, go off. We learned about that on the first episode. I have an alarm set.
Oh, that's right.
For 1 p.m. It just says go off,
off.
and I'm about to go off.
Hit it.
Oh, right now?
Why would you set the alarm?
If you're not going to obey the time.
Oh yeah. I have if we feel like we're running empty on stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about holidays earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Greg and I had talked about this a couple weeks ago. I mean, obviously, it's been in the ether for years. You got the big three going into winter:
are the
Halloween,
big three?
Thanksgiving,
Oh.
Yes.
Christmas, whatever.
Sure.
And then you go on that big break until 4th of July, which is kind of a bullshit. It's not up there with those guys.
No, it's a second tier holiday.
It is.
Yeah. So I guess
You
that
need another Christmas.
you need something in that gap, and it was the proposal of what could that be?
Other People's Day.
A summer's Christmas.
Oh yeah, other people stay.
Other People's Day?
But didn't we make up Other People's Day?
Yeah,
like
I
40
was trying
minutes
to push
ago?
this 80s day. I love this day.
Why? Why?
80s day is tough.
Let me tell you why. One, everyone loves an 80s party, right? So for this one day, you're living in the time where, one, your technology's less. So you're off the phone, right? You're cleansing from the phone.
It seems like this is a big part of your 80s day is to get away from technology.
Yes.
What if it's just no phone day?
No, because
no
it's
phone.
not
Yeah.
because you get to experience what they lived, right? So not just technology, but it's like CDs, MP3s. You have to know what it's like to listen to a thing on a cassette. Like that was a fucking thing. It's kind of cool to be like, hey, you get to live like these people did. You could do 40s day where you're like, hey,
I don't wanna do
I
that.
know,
40s day.
Okay, I'm not talking about that stuff, right? No, okay, black
You're
people and
suburban
women,
Greg.
we get it.
Yeah.
I know.
He's
Suburban,
like,
I know.
Back to when America was better.
We're not going to hit women.
Urban Greg happened quick.
But you can go.
Greg got so annoyed right away that his 40s
What-
day.
We're not making that part of America great
Can't
again.
you just have fun with a 40s day?
Separate from all of the many literal political.
We're not going to
social
make you
problems.
go
But
to
what
World War
about-
II.
So what is it?
You know, we're going to do the fun stuff.
But what's the fun stuff?
Yeah,
from
what
the
is
40s?
it about the 40s that you would like to
They
reenact?
like barely had refrigeration.
Right.
Well, to be honest, I'm not a 40s aficionado.
But you said it.
I said it because I was talking about 80s, but I was like, well, for me,
What's
the 80s
half of 80s, 40s?
Well, I'll do. Well, okay, so
it kinda makes
you
more
dress in their
sense.
suits. You dress in their suits. You get their haircuts, right? You
For a day?
You pay. You can't go to McDonald's because it wasn't there for a day. You put a nice suit on for a fucking day.
It makes more sense to do like Cave People Day because that is like
At least that's
like-
different enough.
Right.
We're
it's like,
spitballing. I didn't expect to be put on the
I don't know.
contest.
40s day
I
just
just
has
wanted to
no.
know-
I can't understand how you can't find the fun in driving a T-Bird around with your teased out hair, listen to a cassette, go and do a drive-in. That's a fucking
Okay,
day.
well, now
That's
you're
the
Pie on the windowsill.
Yeah, right.
Let's have some
That's
fun.
the 50s.
Saying words we can't say anymore.
Everyone's on Quaaludes.
Right. Everyone does a little cocaine that day.
Great.
Whatever.
See,
That's a day.
Now we're getting to
Now-
what you want.
That's what I. Jesus in heaven, give me the strength. Give me the strength to not.
How do you know Jesus is in heaven?
He's not. He's straight. You know where he went. Purgatory.
Wow.
Oh, did he?
You know
To hang out.
where everybody else went. Austin.
Jesus went to hell to
Hanging
check
on
it out.
6th Street.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think like 80s day, 90s day, 2010 day on that show. On that day, right? Also the TVs, they only play 80s shows. This is what it's like. You can't go online. And say,
Where
hey,
do-
this is what that is that day.
Where does Tita think you are right now?
Huh? Tita? She thinks I'm in the bathroom.
Imagining Greg being like, I'm going out for a minute. And then he just goes and gets high.
2 hours of being stoned and screaming.
About having 50s day.
She seriously takes what I do so unseriously that I was like,
Oh,
I gotta
why?
go to the podcast. I was like, I gotta go do the podcast. And she was like, all right, but like, can you cut it early? Can you do this? And I'm like, Tita, it's show day. Okay? I'm putting on my nice
Opening
Cobra shirt.
night. Opening night.
I'm in a good mood. I got
It's show day.
Why wouldn't we treat this like show day? To me,
It is
it's
show
show
day.
day. It's
That's
a show
right.
day.
Totally.
That's
man.
what he does for
Riding the
the
high
audience.
off of Wednesdays, which are when it comes out.
Right.
If I
It's
had
kind of
known,
an
man,
upward.
I would have worn my Thundercats turtleneck, but I fucked up, you know?
You should get a nicer shirt for next week, by the way, BTW. Why don't we all just dress nice?
Because it's our 40s day, lunatic.
Right? Yeah. If it
I
was
think you
40s
guys should
day,
do a 40s day here on the podcast. You guys all dress.
I
what
don't even
you
know
think
where to
for-
get that.
Right. This is going to be the fun. to
Halloween
see.
is going to be over soon, and you get a lot of discounts on costumes, so we can get some 80s costumes.
Yeah. After
80s.
Halloween, you're good for costumes.
Yeah. 80s,
Right.
80s I could probably throw together. 40s I'm going to have a hard time.
Yeah, 40s, we're going to have to go to a costume shop.
Yeah. Like a very high end production
yeah.
level.
Right. Sure. Anyway, I think
I
that we.
like the idea, though,
Greg
of
is not happy.
these decade days, like a month of these decade days to kind of, I don't know. I'm into this idea.
I kind of think it would make people appreciate some of the stuff we have now.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm on board with you.
I know.
When's the day coming? Is it going to be February? Is that what we're
I
thinking?
think we need.
After
I say
Christmas.
March.
Yeah, I think March.
March is tough.
Yep.
Early March.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then spring, we treat spring as if it's a holiday. So
Yeah.
fine with that. But
Right.
it's got to be March.
March.
Because I like, and I know people hate Valentine's Day, but I don't think we're
There's a lot of candy
playing
around.
up.
It's fine.
Yeah, and a
Fine
day
with
of romance. There's
Sure.
something about that we're not playing up enough as a society.
Yeah, I think it is. It could be
sex
more
part.
fun.
It could be more fun.
Right.
Did you say
It could be more sexual.
it could be more sexual?
It has
Absolutely.
gotten too into the kid stuff. I think we
Yeah.
make Valentine's
Halloween,
Day
way more sexual than Valentine's Day.
Agreed.
way more.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
What is
I'd
that?
say 4th of July is more sexual than Valentine's Day.
Well,
at this
that's
point.
well, isn't it weird that Halloween went more adult and
Valentine's
Day
Day
went more childlike?
yeah.
I think I know why that is. And I think that's kind of like myself, where it go, oh, you can't let me off. You got to tie Valentine's Day up. Because if you let Valentine's Day go, it's going to blow past Halloween. It's going to be immediate. Like, it's like, damn,
What do you got planned?
Wait, who's they?
because it's essence.
Everyone.
Valentine's Day is
Who's the one allowing or not allowing you to go off on Halloween?
Society. There's always society.
Yeah, society.
Right.
It's everyone.
Valentine's Day
The
is
skeletons, man.
is so sexual. It has such a natural talent for sexual. And if you push it at all, it's going to be too much.
Let's hang on. That's what a cool sentence you just said. A natural talent for sexual.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Whereas
That's a shirt.
Yeah.
Halloween is a kid's
NTS
holiday,
Greg.
so they had to make it sexual so adults could have fun.
Right.
But you say Valentine's Day, go off. Dude, people are going to be fucking on the street.
Why don't I say this to you right now?
All right, I'm into it.
Valentine's Day,
Go off.
I would agree with that.
Set the alarm.
Or why don't we split it up? We have Valentine's Day. We keep one, keep it as whatever it is for kids, whatever.
regular.
And then Valentine's.
After dark.
Valentine's After Dark
Ooh,
is
after
the next
dark.
day. And
Valentine's
that
After Dark.
day-
The 17th? I don't know.
Yeah.
So you have Valentine's Day and then you have Hot Valentine's Day? What are we presenting here?
Valentine's After
It's like Christmas
Dark.
and
Like
Christmas
one
Eve.
is where it's like
Yeah.
every kid gives another kid a card with a heart on it, and there's some candy and it's sweet, and it's like I brought flowers to a friend, and then like 2 days later, Valentine's Day After Dark.
I would
Rage.
argue that we would just do the morning for the children
Oh, okay.
and the night for the
night
adults.
for adults. Yeah,
Right.
they're in bed anyway. I mean, it could be that
But
now.
I think
Yeah.
it's policed. Where
By sexy cops.
but
Gotta be.
There it is.
Got it.
They're
They're
sexy
strippers.
cops. Everybody is in sexy wear. And if they see you not in sexy wear, you get a ticket. You get
How
a
about
fine.
this? It's like the purge.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So
I love this.
One sex day. Everything goes.
Did
Now
we
you're going to
like-
run into some trouble
Wow,
here.
I'm within reason.
within reason?
See, he's saying things that I said on episode
And we
1.
cou-
He's
and we
becoming me.
and we stopped him.
You come to
with the
Talktown,
ways-
you become Talktown.
Yeah, it is.
I've been in this town for too long.
Yeah, you're a permanent citizen now.
Oh, yeah.
saying-
It's like Atlantic City. It'll get you.
Yeah.
No marriage license is kept.
Yes.
on Valentine's
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, because we have that bar. We came up
Oh,
with that
right.
idea for a bar where if you're married, you can go flirt with people and it's okay.
Yeah.
Sure, but
a
he's
great
talking
What do
full
you
sex.
name the? What do you name that?
It's no contracts day.
What is the no, contracts
contracts
day?
day.
So
Well-
like the purge, like this is like.
But within reason of not hurting anybody or committing any sexual violence.
sure, you
Of
gotta,
course.
I guess this
I
goes
got
off
next.
a cliff real quick.
Yeah,
Nope.
of course.
Unless we
Doesn't.
just-
I'm going to pull you in right now. Here's the rule. The rule is, and I like to say instead of Valentine's Day, we do it on Columbus Day because Columbus fucked everything up. We say Columbus Day is now Natural Discovery Day, right? And so so on this sexual day, you're enticed to have sex with people you never would. So
How do
it's
you-
like the thing is, you go, hey, what if you never?
Who's enticing you?
Well, that's the whole thing
The
of Valentine's.
enticers, obviously.
The
Enticers.
They're always
paid.
creating jobs.
Yeah. They have a lot of jobs.
The ringers.
There's more jobs than
lose your
citizens
phone and
at
they
this
entice
point.
you.
The ringers, the enticers.
So the whole thing for Valentine's Day is it's like, oh no, this on Valentine's Day after dark is you go, who have you look at your numbers? What have you never been with? What do you usually find not attractive? Go with that. Right? So if you're a woman who always likes a bad boy, he's mean to you, all your relationships suck. Well, today on
Don't look at me.
you go with the sweet fat guy, the gamer. Try that out. Valentine's Day, you try that out. You go on
So
a ride you never
Valentine's Day
learned.
is just Greg,
Fuck Greg.
trying to get himself laid by a bunch of people at once. But
Coincidental.
I agree with that though. The idea that tonight is the night for crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like your
Natural
ultimate
discovery.
pleasure thing,
Yes, with people.
but with people.
with
Because ultimate
people.
pleasure is solo.
Okay, look, I'll say this. Consent is always, of course, but on this day, an "Are you sure?" is allowed. So you go, hey, you wanna
Alex,
go
where we
sleep?
at with time?
You go, oh, you're allowed one. Are you sure? You go, hey, you want to bang? And she goes, no. And you go, are you sure? And she
I
goes,
think
no.
we
And you
should
go,
put.
all right.
You guys need to make a YouTube, like an extra YouTube video where it's just Greg's statements side by side by side.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
on their own, yeah, we
get it.
kind of like ebb and flow. But if it was just like,
Back to back.
I love R. Kelly, and are you sure? And then like, and on and on and on.
Yeah, it'll
Like
take-
a 10-minute reel.
They'll just be put in jail for, let's just get this guy out of
Yeah,
here.
get him out
Yeah.
of society.
Sexual jail, maybe. That's where I'm at right now. You get 1 meal a day. Man, it ain't pussy.
Sexual jail.
I think if you do the "Are you sure?" if they say no, you lose $20. You
There
know
it
what I
is,
mean?
yeah.
Like
You gotta put a financial
there's gotta be
deposit on the
stakes
"Are
for
you sure?"
you saying "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Why?
that benefits them.
You can't do it any other day of the year.
Because it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hey,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but there's more to it and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense. The $20 makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
20
Don't
bucks.
fight me on this 20
$20
bucks.
or are you sure?
We're
It's a
letting
ticket.
you have Discovery Day.
Yeah,
What?
right.
You're letting
But
you.
I like-
a lot of
but
this is going to run into trouble. You
let
got to
me-
give us $20, man.
Let me tell you why I have a problem with $20 because
right.
that quickly evolves into this. Here's $20. You want to fuck me? You should. Like the people are gonna prepay because they're gonna know that woman ain't gonna say yes.
You can't prepay.
No, you can't prepay.
You gotta prepay after.
You got a
gotta
punch
pay-
card.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
A lot of punch cards in Talktown.
There's lots
It's
of them.
a
We'll
ton.
have it. We'll meet
Wallets
it
are
after.
huge.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
I think probably that's not happening enough here.
Yeah.
That's why
I would
we're
like
doing
more
this.
punch cards in my life.
Same.
So
We'll just get an app.
what?
We'll get an app.
We'll get an app.
Let me tell you this fun aside for Talktown, whatever you get, whatever this. A lot of these places to punch your cards, you can get those punchers on Amazon.
What?
So my new coffee shop,
Yeah,
punches hearts, and I'm like, you think I can't just go buy a heart puncher?
Right.
But
It's
that's
a
the
good
price of a
point.
coffee.
Yeah, but then I have
then
unlimited
every
coffees for the
card-
rest of my
Right.
life.
I
it's
see.
an investment.
It is.
I go,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
guy
This is
goes,
long term.
Yeah, you got to think.
So you'd have to get coffee different parts of the day.
this is where you're getting smart,
Right.
Because they're
'Cause you
going to
can't
recognize, they're
Right.
like,
You'd have to
he's never bought a coffee,
yeah, wait, this guy's got like 30 cards. He
Right.
just moved to town.
and I just
That
so arrogantly start
skeleton
punching it. And the next year's skeleton is me with buying a whole puncher, stealing coffee from Cedar Green. That's fun.
What if, man, the next season of Black Mirror, it's everything we've said on
Oh
Talktown.
man,
And
I would be so happy.
Yeah.
They're like, look at this dystopia.
Welcome to Talktown. I like to sing our theme song sometimes.
Why wouldn't you?
Do you have a theme song?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah. There's
is.
animation.
Uplifting, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
gotta hear it.
This podcast is doing really well, except no one's listening to it yet.
We'll get
That's not true. People
People
are
are listening to it. People
Not
are making memes
enough.
based on episodes.
Yeah.
Someone made a
That
meme?
guy made that
He made
ketchup
the ketchup
Gatorade
Gatorade.
thing, which I
Oh, D-Man,
can
I
barely
saw that.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ketchup Gatorade.
I'll tell you
It was
this.
a thing we said would be gross.
I
Good.
say
And then
no
he
one's
made it.
listening.
You never know here in Talktown.
I
You never
know.
When I say no one's listening, what I mean is my pockets aren't so fat with
Yeah,
cash
we're
that
not
I
making
haven't
money.
forgotten you yet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to forget you guys.
Yeah.
I like that Greg warns you of his that he will leave you immediately.
In Talktown, I'll have a building that is the highest peak, and only I am allowed up there. And I will look it down upon my co-hosts and say, I have built this, and they have done nothing. Not the podcast, the real town.
Oh, okay.
That seemed like it got personal.
I
Yeah,
think
it just felt
that's
That,
It goes
I was
about
doing.
us.
I mean,
I was
you
trying to do a
just-
joke,
I know.
and I don't
was-
like it.
We were running
No,
with
no.
it.
I was actually thinking of something else while you said it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was half listening.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened, and things do not seem good for the future of this podcast.
Tensions are high.
I don't see it happening.
Back of house at
I'll tell you
Talktown.
what I was thinking about. You know how like rich guys love to stare at windows?
Yeah.
Like rich guys, you know, like they'll-
Like
they,
out a window?
They'll love to stare out at a window with like a bottle of scotch, like Jack Donaghy
Yeah.
in
Oh,
30
yes,
Rock,
yes,
right?
yes.
Someone who's so rich, they have a person who just carries
Carries
a
a
window
window.
at all
I love
times
that.
with
I love
them,
that.
So they can constantly be staring outside a
If
window.
you make a certain amount of money, you get one of those.
Right.
Yeah, in Talktown.
Yeah.
I love that.
The Talktown window.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. When's lunch? Do we do that? Do we dedicate time? We should just cover everything.
Today?
Before or after?
I mean, in Talktown, is lunch the regular time? 12 noon?
Are you hungry?
No, I'm just
I am.
Yeah, I am
Before or
hungry. I think-
after
I think we
accent
should
hour?
actually get Alex. Where are we at in time?
We are hour 38,
Oof.
so we still got another
20,
30 minutes.
30, 20.
30. Oh,
No,
boy.
20.
God, crack the whip on us, Alex.
Yeah.
We could do 50,
Jesus.
Well, you guys having a bad time? Having a great
I'm
time?
having a great time, but I'm
A
starting to get
blast.
hungry.
Also,
I
there's a
am
spooktacular sale with 20% off Halloween costumes.
That is wonderful
Oh.
for us.
Greg, are you going to dress up?
Of course I'm going to dress
all
up.
What are you
Our phones
dressing
from
as?
I
Skeleton?
What? Yeah.
I want to just be a spaceman. I love a
right.
spaceman.
Pretty close.
I want to just be a spaceman.
An astronaut or your
Like a
interpretation of a spaceman?
Well, my interpretation of a spaceman is actually, it's upsetting, is very close to a normal spaceman.
That's not upsetting.
Like a classic bowl head.
I'm actually quite comforted by the fact that your idea of a spaceman is just an astronaut.
Yeah, man. Pretty much everything you think I'm holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I hope it's something.
Yeah, I want to get a spaceman helmet. like a classic bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Maybe have a fish going as get a joke going.
Fun.
Maybe get a
that's a
fish
great
going
pitch.
by.
Suburban
guys.
Dad.
Yeah.
Let's have a great time.
Suburban Dad.
I like to put more fish and more stuff into, they used to have it in the heels in the 70s and those big platform shoes. I like
Oh, right.
this.
Yeah, we're doing put more fish in clothing.
Put more fish. I want a puffer jacket that's full of water that's got fish in it.
Yeah, a clear puffer jacket.
Yeah, which
with
would
a-
which would be a problem because by the time you need a puffer jacket, it would freeze and just be an ice vest of dead fish.
That's like those heels that had the fish in them.
That's what we started.
Oh, I just missed it.
Yeah.
Around
sorry.
this time, this is when everybody starts to not pay
I mean,
attention
this,
anymore.
the fact
got
that you don't take a
couple-
break in between
No, we
episodes
do-
is
we do.
crazy.
We've never done this before.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
this is
I-
a first.
We didn't do this
I didn't want-
right.
We were just
and here
having
we
so
are.
much fun when
Yeah.
the time hit that we were like, let's just run it.
Anthony
Right.
said it, and I said, "Well, we'll need a break." And I guess we're not getting one.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
we were an hour 10, so I was like, we're already over. We might
Yeah.
as well just
may as
keep
well just
steamrolling
and then we
ahead.
can cut it wherever it makes sense.
I mean, I have two more things that might
Yeah.
spark
But I still got an
conversation.
idea about this thing.
Okay, go
What
ahead.
thing?
No one's fighting you, man.
No.
Okay, go ahead, Anthony. You go, and I'll just interrupt later.
I think there should be a social Supreme Court.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
mentioned
Yeah.
this.
So
Oh,
Supreme Court where every representation of person is on but you have to get 100,000 signatures to have your group
to be
represented.
represented.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have like white man,
Mm-hmm.
white woman, black man, black woman, and down whatever the
Wow.
the
gonna be a-
background is.
Everyone gets a
Packed
fresh
court.
coat of paint.
Pack court. No, you got, but they're going
like
to
it.
vote. They're the representation.
Yeah.
Just like there's 300 senators or whatever.
Yeah.
Same way.
Like an expansion team, you know what I mean? They make a bid, and if you get enough people on board,
Right.
you're now.
But what do we classify them
like-
as? This is what always bothers me, right? Because it's like, are we letting the poor delegates? Are we letting the handsome
This is-
delegates?
well, if you'd have to say I am hot and I'm gonna go get 100,000 hot signatures.
Well,
that's
everybody's
easier
going to be like,
get.
I'm hot.
Right. That's easier to get. Well, then that's your representative.
Let's go find the uggos.
All the commercials, right?
Get that voice.
Instead of the commercials on TV would be like, I want to be your hot representative. And then we would hate that person so much, obviously, that it would never get them a hot representation.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could be like, I want to be the ugly representation
Yeah.
in the social court.
Right.
And then what we
but
bring
they're just
to
saying that so people say, you're not that ugly.
right.
Yeah, it's fishing.
Yeah.
And then you bring your cases to social court. Like the idea of okay, you're on
What
you're
kind
on a
of
flight.
case?
You're on a flight.
All right.
You're in Delta Comfy. Okay. You're in the comfort class.
What seat?
You're in the aisle 6B,
All right.
which is an aisle seat in this imaginary world. You recline. Can you go? And then the person behind you says, hey, can you not recline? Those two bring it to the social court and it gets voted on amongst all the representatives. Because I don't want, because I don't like when someone's like, oh, I grew up Jewish. I get it. No.
Yeah.
We're
We
bringing
need
it to
everybody to
I
have a
need
voice.
everyone
Yes.
in. I don't want I get it.
And we vote on it,
Jewish.
and there's an answer. Because
Now-
right now there's no answer. There's all these comments,
Right.
and there's no answer.
There's
Like
no
to
answer.
Social court
me,
with an
if the plane lets you
Distilling
recline,
the internet basically down to only the representatives.
right?
Yes.
Because it seems the internet has become that, where it's all
But there's no rulings.
identity based.
There's no
But we
UN.
don't- right?
Yeah.
We need a UN.
Yeah,
we
it's a
need
UN.
instead of like representatives of the states, we need representatives of the background.
Can you be in both though? Can I vote comic book nerd, Italian, and
you have
white?
to choose.
You have to choose
You
what
can't.
you-
yeah.
You can only say as a comic book nerd because you can only say one when you come to the comments section.
Because I would like to vote as a comedian or as a
That could
before
be a
we're
group.
nerd.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't 100,000 votes of comedians.
Right. The comedians people say this.
I don't know if we need.
I don't know
that
if we're right. That's a
representation.
lot of comedians.
Right.
So you're saying you're so many things inside yourself as we all are, but with one particular issue, you have to pick the whatever not dominant, but whatever part of you want to most represent
Yes.
this particular
Whatever
issue.
you
Can't
think is
have it
most
all.
applicable. Like so.
I get it.
Would it change from issue to issue, or do you have to be like, all right, I'm a white Jewish comedy, blah blah blah,
You
and
have
I have to
to-
stick with like.
I
white
have an
You
idea.
have to register every year.
Okay.
I would like
Yearly.
to say you get points, and your vote counts as you don't get a full vote, right? So I am a comedian who minors in Puerto Rican because I'm not Puerto Rican, but I was raised by Puerto Ricans, right? So
Okay.
I don't get to if I'm going to talk about Puerto Ricans, I don't get a full vote. Okay, so let me say this.
No, I think you
Reset,
should
let me
opt in
reset.
for the full Puerto Rican vote.
Let me reset.
Yeah.
So I am a comedian. I'm a good person first. Comedian.
Good
Good
person.
person.
Whatever.
Get
This is
outta here.
Stop it. Like, this is okay. Let me just fucking finish.
You did
Before
move to the
Don't get
suburbs.
hung
Let
up.
me
Don't
finish.
get hung
I'm
up.
just
Look
saying
how
things.
suburban Greg is now. First, I'm a good person and a father.
I worked to try to be a good person before I was trying to work to be a comedian because I thought comedians were fucking monsters. Anyway, I'm saying, what are you trying to be the most? And then it's like a triangle that comes down, and that's how many marbles you get to cast those votes, right? So if you're like, well, I'm number 1, a comedian, you get 5 marbles, but I'm number 3, a thief, right? Like I'm not a thief all the time, but a guy who's like, oh no, I steal all the time, I get 5 marbles for my vote. I get 2 marbles. So you get the amount
Where
of
are you
marbles.
keeping the marbles?
In your pocket
giant
or a
room.
backpack. Well, you're giving the marbles when you vote.
My marble room.
What did you say in a backpack?
Backpack?
Limey said a giant room. Greg going, man, a backpack.
Because you never know when you're going to need to vote on something. Is that
Well, when the
you
vote
carry
comes,
them
you come. They give you a
This
box of
guy
marbles.
lost his marbles.
Use your marbles.
Takes on a new.
Yes.
I think we're getting
Yeah.
hung up on the container of the marbles. You
I
guys.
know. I honestly think this is a really
I
good
just
idea
didn't-
that I'm having a hard time explaining. That you get a certain amount of
You get
But
a
I'm talking
certain
about
amount
you
of
only get
votes.
one vote.
You're saying one.
Yeah.
I'm saying you get multiple votes, but they're not all as strong because if you're not a full on because the thing is
So
I
it's
can't
like
just
ranked
say
choice voting.
yeah
You need,
I can't
like-
just say I'm only a comedian.
No
I'm
one's
a
gonna-
comedian. I'm a
Yeah,
dad.
I know what you mean.
But what am I? I consider myself mostly a dad, so I would get 5 marbles. Then I'm a comedian, 4 marbles. Then I'm a hairy person. You know that's
I
not
think
what
you
I
should
care
be able
most
to
about.
change it from issue to issue, but you've set like these are my 4 things. So I just kind of like pivot between these because if like an issue comes up where I'm like, this is for ladies, I want to vote as a lady so that my voice is that. But if there's something comes up that's like comedy based, I want to probably vote as
But
a
you're really
comedian.
voting for your representative.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they vote for you.
Okay, so that's
Oh, I
that's
see.
just us voting for who is going to be in our UN representing us in social crimes,
Right.
Yeah.
and then that person is
That
just
person's
voting. But are
responsible.
they
The
voting
hotties.
in the same way, like based on like the way that we run our democracy, where it's like, well, the will of the people from my district is this, but
The
they
hotties
ultimately get to
decide.
make a decision day of whatever they want to do.
Yeah. They're
Right.
voting on behalf of the hotties.
I don't love it.
On behalf of the Uggies.
Yeah. The delicacy of the diabetics would like to
Right.
shun Neil Patrick Harrison to force him into retirement. We would like
You
to
get
elect the
it.
new Neil Paris.
You get it.
Yeah, I got it. I love that. It's kind of like in the council, the Senate of in episode 1.
Yeah.
You have all these spaceships of freaks, you know, of like weirdos, you know.
He's
like-
talking about the Galactic Senate in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I
matter,
mean,
guys.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's
2
talking about the
hours
Trade
later.
Federation.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
I watched the first Star Wars, like the what was the prequels? It is wild.
Yeah, the prequels
Oh,
are
Phantom
good.
Menace.
Phantom Menace is just because they get a lot into that group of all the different like,
Yes.
and,
They get into the bureaucracy of the Galactic Senate.
and it is all.
Wow, what a fun
you-
movie.
And you do. You do not have to guess which ethnicity they are talking about with any of these.
Yeah, it is very barely coded.
That's why
What
you
year
have
did
to
that
movie
watch
come out
Clone
again?
Wars.
Like,
Like 1999 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
Yeah.
time for
What-
movie making.
It was wild.
Now, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And I can't even talk about this unless you want to really talk about it.
I
'Cause if
don't.
you
I don't
wanna
want to really
about it-
talk
so
about
then
it.
don't
'cause I
insult it,
know
or you're going
what
to get
we're
an hour of
talking
me
about.
explaining how to watch Star Wars.
Did you watch Andor yet?
Of course I watch Andor.
That's one of the best TV shows of all time.
Are you watching Penguin? Because that's fucking great
I
too.
heard it's great. I
It's
heard it's
great.
good.
It's like the Andor of Batman.
Really?
It's so good. Andor might be Andor is unbelievable. This I would give. if
Andor,
Andor's a
you don't
10,
have to know anything about Star Wars.
All right.
No, you
That's
can
the
just
best
watch
part.
Andor and Rogue One, and you'd be good with watching like amazing Star Wars. But you're not getting the full experience. That's a fine. Anyway, but Penguin is like Andor.
Greg can't let it happen.
I can't because I vote Star Wars freak over man.
It seems that way.
Yes. What is your problem today?
I'm just saying, based on this conversation of how deep you're going into Star Wars, this is the dominant
Have
piece
you
of you.
seen? What Star Wars have you seen?
None.
Then you cannot judge.
I'm not judging. I'm just
You
saying
are rolling
love
your
it.
eyes like a
I
bowler.
am always rolling my eyes like a
Say like a
bowler.
bowler?
You roll your eyes. All right, here go your eyes. Ooh, strike.
I saw it.
Strike.
I saw it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Ivy does. She's no frame of reference for the conversation.
I don't know what we're
so
talking
she
about. I just
feels
know you love
alone.
this.
I will argue in Talktown, you are allowed to kidnap a friend and make them watch a movie that you choose. One day a year.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got no issues with that.
I'll allow that.
They have
That's
to be a
pretty good.
friend.
Yeah.
And they don't have to know when it's coming.
And
That's
you can do a
good.
proper kidnapping. We're talking band. We're talking the
show
thing. We're
up,
Yeah,
talking
the whole
everything.
thing.
You put a bag on your
Overhead,
head
yeah.
and you open it up. We're watching all of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Extended.
They go, I wish I was just being regular kidnapped.
Yes.
This sucks.
Now I have to watch a lot of stupid movies.
This is a good
It's a
holiday. That's a good
That's a
early
holiday.
March
But-
holiday that you take one day where it's movie day where you have to watch a movie that everyone keeps telling you to watch.
Yeah. Catch-up day. And it's
How do
sponsored
you
by Heinz.
decide?
Yes.
Heinz Catch-up Day.
No.
Well, because you're catching up on movies and they're also
okay,
catch-up. It's
okay.
great.
Well,
Fucking
you'd argue a big
cross-promoting.
part of this is the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Where you're
I
calling
think
it
it's the
catch-up
biggest
day.
part of
The
it.
most fun.
What the fuck is happening?
Catch-up
Why am I
day.
in believe?
Bunch
Do
of
I
guys
smell
that, like-
tomatoes?
I do like the movie thing, and I do like the kidnapping thing. I'll
Yes.
be honest. I think that's fun.
Cut that out.
2 years
That's
in
a
a row.
great clip on its own.
2 years in a row, I've kidnapped her to watch Star Wars. I go, because she didn't like it. I go, you have to watch it again.
Oh yeah, if you don't like it, what happens?
Yeah. Well, you get
Because I
right.
might not
over.
like it.
You might not, but then I'll just get you next year.
Like
you
every
can't-
year you
and watch
kidnap
Clone
me and
Wars.
force me to watch
So
Star Wars.
he's got to kidnap you 6 years in a row to watch all the.
I think their
God.
term
And the shows.
limits. People change.
Term
Your
limits.
perspectives change. I think their term limits on that. It's got to be like a 10-year waiting period. If
Yeah.
you show them once, you got to wait 10 years. If they don't like
Yeah.
it, to show them again.
I will
like
say
it.
this. Okay. Yeah, okay. But that, like,
Put
if
that
I'm-
finger down.
if I'm kidnapping her for Star Wars, the next year she goes, I don't like it. Well, I go, I get it. But this year I'm kidnapping you for the Clone Wars cartoon. So you
No, see these like huge
No,
franchises.
no fucking way. Are you denying?
Once
Zoom
it-
in. Sorry. I'll take them. I'm not going to do 2 years
You
in a
get
row.
one
But if you don't
universe
like-
a decade.
If I show you the prequels and you go, I don't like it, I'm showing you the cartoon because the third year you're going to say, I want to see Rebels. Because
No.
the Clone
No.
Wars movies aren't good unless you watch the cartoon.
Choose
Then start with the
your
cartoon.
off.
choose your
Sorry.
movie wisely. This gives you no
Are you crazy?
skin in the game.
It's not one movie. It's a different thing. It's a different movie.
But then it's a
No,
no
it's the world.
no.
You get-
Yes.
franchise.
No.
property.
One
I can
franchise a
kidnap you and
decade.
watch Batman, and then next year you're like, I kidnap you to watch Spider-Man. You're like, this is the same movie as last year?
No.
Exactly. Then you agree.
Batman and
because
Spider-
Clone Wars cartoon is different than Clone Wars movie. Is different from Andor. Is different from Rebels.
Batman and
I
Spider-Man.
have never been this angry in my life.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
different
you
guys.
didn't even bring up a good
But I'm
example.
saying if you're going to push the genre, might as well push it all the way.
No.
I swear to
Greg.
God, if you
But
vote
I will
against me,
say,
Anthony,
if somebody
friendship will
kidnapped
be
me and
over.
made me,
I swear to God, man, this is a time in your
You
life.
have cut a promo on SummerSlam that people will go, I'm worried about that wrestler.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is crazy, man.
Crazy.
that
man.
was
This is
the
an
most
inter-
emotion I've ever seen
Yeah.
anyone in this
I
room.
would hate to be the Intercontinental Champ right now,
That's
man.
right.
Because that guy is coming for the belt.
I've been on podcasts where people have talked about abortion and religion, and I sat there and I went, nah, you're wrong. Never have I wanted to throw a fucking chair through a window like I did just now.
Like,
the
like
idea.
us saying that you can't kidnap me a second year in a row to watch a different Star Wars movie if I didn't like what you showed me first on the one day a year that kidnapping is allowed.
It's a different movie.
I
different
don't
Greg, you get one shot
care.
at a franchise.
So here's the
Right.
thing.
So you can pick what it's not like you have to start at one. You can start with whatever. You want to show me the cartoon? Show me the cartoon.
Whatever
Yeah, maybe you should show that
say,
first.
The delegates
If it's
from
so
Star
good, why
Wars
don't you
will
put it-
not kneel to this.
Star
We will not kneel to
too
this.
regular.
I will tell you that here is my thing. If it's kidnapping day, guess what? I can shove all the Star Wars movies into one day. Guess what? You're gonna sit there for 9 hours. You're gonna sit there.
No.
Well, then
No.
that's it. That is the only way I will fucking kneel to this.
Okay, then we
you
don't
either
do
let me have
this.
Star Wars. You get one movie a year, and I can show whatever movies, or I get all fucking day,
How
and
about
we
this?
watch all of the content.
How about this? You get 1 through 3.
sorry. I'm fucking
You get
sorry.
1 through 3 of a franchise. You get 3 of them. And then if they say no mas,
Never
you
again.
don't get anything from the franchise.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
3. I'm giving you 3
You're the champ.
movies.
No. I will not move on this.
I will not move.
So, Greg,
Will not kneel.
let's play this out.
This is like when the biggest dog barks, but you know he
You
ain't gonna
either
bite.
have your options.
Let me
you
show-
can watch one movie and then the next year different, or
Let me
one
give
day
you
all movies.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
I
You
can't
kid-
control myself.
It's very clear.
You kidnap Alison, okay? You take her away from her family and friends.
Yeah.
You tie her up. You bring her to a movie theater.
She's in the middle of Rosh Hashanah dinner.
Rosh Hashanah dinner. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
You keep an eye on Riz for me while I'm
Yeah.
gone for several days.
Oh,
You,
Riz.
you
I'll
kidnap
watch
her
it.
for
Riz
her
is
catch-up
killing.
day.
Yeah, sure.
You sit her down. You show her Star Wars Episode 4. You start her there, and you do 5 and 6, and then she goes, "Greg, it's a no
not
from
for
me,
me.
dog. It's over." Now in your world, you will then say, "Want to watch the cartoon child's version because I think you'll be into it now." You think that's gonna make it better? This is what I don't
Yeah, this
understand.
feels starting to feel more like a real kidnapping.
Right. You
First of all,
lost.
it
It's
is
over,
a
man.
kidnapping.
She doesn't like it. It's over.
let me
She doesn't want to watch your stupid show.
I don't. Give me
She
something
doesn't
I can put in my
want-
mouth.
Hear the word "stupid show."
Yeah.
She doesn't
react
want-
to that.
refer to as-
Latch
She
onto
doesn't
that.
want your stupid kids show anymore. She said no. She tried.
You
It
know,
wasn't
there's-
good. She hated
When
it.
you say this, I
She
don't.
doesn't
see-
want to see
I see somebody
cartoon
hurting.
Yoda. She doesn't want to look at.
You might as well be bleeding on the street. What I see is pain. I see a man going through pain, and I say,
She
I
doesn't
need
want
to
the
heal him.
Wookiees. She's out.
Let me tell you
Give it
this.
up, man.
All right, listen to this. I was you. I was each of you.
Each of us.
I was each of you. I used to walk around life going, the prequels suck.
This
They're-
is not.
No one's saying this.
This is not a negotiation of which Star Wars are the best.
Here,
Right.
there's-
You're the one who's giving. You're putting out the
Let-
dinner.
Let me cook. I was you.
Yeah.
And I walked around and I said, these prequels are stupid, they're racist, they're silly. And then Dave Filoni came along and he made the Clone Wars cartoon where he said, look, I know what he was trying to say. I'm going to show it through a child's cartoon because that's all the rights they'll give me. And he made the best fucking show they could, which made the prequels better movies. Now, I say that to say this. If there is a way to show someone Star Wars that is kind of personalized to them, right? You get one kind of person, you go, oh, you got to show this guy the originals first because they're classic and they're great. But then you get someone else, you go, no, this guy's a real nerd. I should show him the Clone Wars cartoon because he'll like it and he wants that aspect. Then you get your fucking nerd with glasses. You go, this is an Andor guy, right? So I could show her a Star Wars movie and she goes, it's not for me. And I go, fuck, this isn't on you.
Well,
I
that's-
chose the wrong way to show this
You're
to you.
making our
I'll
point.
see
This is
you
what we're
next
saying.
year.
But you're making our
not,
point.
Yeah.
You should know right away.
And that's
you
no,
know, Alison.
because this
Right.
isn't about.
You kidnapped her.
Yeah.
But this
you
is-
found me in my home.
This
during
isn't about my
the
lack-
holidays.
Rosh
I can't
Hashanah.
watch a cat, but here I am.
This isn't my ability. This isn't about my inability to nail it with my friend. Maybe I'm sick that day. Maybe I was off. Maybe I got to fight my wife.
Don't kidnap me if you're
That's
sick.
the reality, right? But
Point.
what I'm trying to show you is that there is no such thing as bad. There is no such thing. Listen to me. There's no such thing as bad. There is, are you in a place mentally to enjoy a thing? There is a place where you will love Star Wars because it's not idiots who like it.
I would say
I've never
when
seen
you're,
someone
when,
make a passionate point with a broken piece of sunglasses
that
in his
they
hand.
broke to
Greg,
make a point.
when you're 8 hours into your franchise and you have missed the mark, don't we agree that you should just give up on this endeavor?
No,
Not everything is for everybody, and that's okay.
Right.
No, everything is for everybody as soon as they hit a point in their life where they'll nail it. I
Why
used to
did
sit
they
here and I used to
become
go,
worse? Why did they become worse lightsaber users later
look at him
than
trying.
the beginning?
It's so cute. It's so
Yeah,
cute
you know
to
the Greg-
imagine. I haven't answered this question over 1,000 times. Are you crazy? It's like a white belt. Like, oh, you're going with an arm bar? Are you crazy? I'm not even gonna fucking. I'm gonna ignore that. That's like, oh,
How did
come
Yoda
on.
do a flip
Come on.
not 10 years before and then
buddy.
he's gimping around with a king?
Right, sure. Because they're bad. Because they've made no money.
I'm not saying they're bad.
Because
I like
only
it.
idiots like them. That's why they make billions of dollars a year to just fucking idiots. Or you sit and you give it a chance and you watch it in a way, with a loving, compassionate person who's trying to show you something that you will love if you're given the time. Now, when you're kidnapped, you go, see, you don't like it.
Also,
and-
I'll be under duress.
Right.
Sure.
So-
no, you're kidnapped. We're friends, and you know I bring
Once
pizza.
the hood comes
But-
off
and
and
you're
it's
like, oh,
Star
it's just
Wars,
Greg.
yeah.
And
And
I'll
I
be
just-
under more
He brought
duress.
pizza.
and there's
rather
all
than a
your
knife.
favorite foods.
I actually think it's probably the best time. Sorry for a second. Best time. It's giving you the best chance to watch it because you're now the relief you felt
yeah.
from not being taken by the Taliban.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, I'll like whatever
Right.
you
Whatever
put
this
in front
is.
of me. Go ahead, Greg.
And also, you're not going to watch Star Wars because you're not going to give away your time. But when you're kidnapped, you go, hey, this isn't your time. This is my time now. This is kidnap day. Right? So it's like,
well,
Right.
this is why
You'll get your chance.
This
and
is,
I'll be kidnapped.
you guess what? You get the day off from
but
work. They pay you.
You're missing. This is why after 6 hours of Kidnapped and watching whatever you have chosen for Alison to get into the Star Wars franchise, how you cannot understand that 6 hours was enough, man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
If by the end of like,
I don't want to see
I would
a
say
cartoon.
it's
and
three
that's
things.
exactly goes to my
You
point.
can pick
And
and choose.
maybe there was a miscommunication, right? Because I was saying, you're not saying 6 hours. Because what I was fighting for was you guys were saying one movie. So I kidnapped you at one movie. And I go, no.
We even upped it
If I
to
kid-
3.
Yeah.
We upped
We
it
went
to
to
3,
three.
and then you said, "Why don't you watch this side cartoon
The
Saturday
only way,
morning?"
that's the thing
bullshit.
is, the only way to like the prequels is to watch something around 26 hours long, 8 seasons of the Clone Wars cartoon. That's amazing. And then
The
possibly
only
get
way
in
to
the
like this thing is to have over a full day's worth of media consumption
Right.
of something else.
It is a wild
because-
premise, but we have to. I'll take your word.
You know,
Did you watch it?
Clone Wars. It's great.
I know you did.
Yeah, it's great.
I
Did it
like
make
the
the prequels better?
prequels.
Did make the prequels better? Yeah.
Yes, because
I like the prequels without Clone War.
But the thing is, I'm already
Without your
I already
nerd
like-
SATs I have to study for. Without the
26
law
hours is a
school
long-
I have to go.
That's a
to.
long ask.
I don't know
That's
how
a
many
real
hours.
kidnapping
It's
at
more
that
than a
point.
day.
There has to be time. If we're doing
People are
catch-up
literally
day,
going, "Where's
There's
Alison?"
got to be
Yeah.
time limits because then it becomes a real crime.
Yeah.
My
Right,
argument
right.
for catch up day is that it's like a day with Greg. And it's like you're
oh, it's
kidnapped.
just you that gets to do it.
Well, fill your name in.
It's
you know
like
what I
this
mean?
podcast. You never know when it'll end.
Yeah.
You have no
Correct.
idea.
Yeah, I like the idea. Like, to me, it's nice to be like, oh, Anthony kidnaps me. I go, oh, I don't have work today. Someone's watching my kids. Because as the kidnapper, you do take care of that stuff.
Of course you
You
have
go,
Of course you have
Right.
to.
He's not gonna, exactly.
Otherwise
the
you're-
onus can't be on them.
Right.
Right. You're gonna get
Otherwise
a
you're
sitter.
just kidnapping someone.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it special because now I'm in a fucking weird basement in Bali somewhere, and you're like, "Where am I?" And I'm like, "We're gonna watch all of the Star Wars movies." And you go,
I would
"This
be-
is better than one."
I'd be
No,
pissed
I-
if I was in a basement in Bali.
It's a nice
I'm in
basement.
Bali.
think
And
you
I'm
might
not
have
at
a
the
heads
beach.
up.
I'm in a basement.
Watching Star Wars? That's my
What?
nightmare. I'd rather
that
you just
is
slit my throat there.
True torture.
Says
That's
the
part of
woman-
You're
catch-up
in
day
Bali,
is you go to
baby.
Kind of torturous.
Natural paradise. To
Says-
be in a dingy basement and watch something you don't
Welcome
want.
to
can
Turks
hear
and
people,
Caicos.
You can hear people having fun.
Says the woman who hasn't seen it.
Shotsky.
And then people later go, "Have you ever been to Aruba?" You're like, "Yeah, I went
Kinda.
once. I hated miscongeniality."
Right.
That's all they knew.
Allison watches the prequels and we talk about it. I smell a Patreon.
Sure, man.
I'm gonna make
That
you
is
watch.
the most dramatic Patreon tease I've ever heard in my entire life.
We watch.
was great.
We'll watch. Well, I'll show you Star Wars, and you watch it, and then
You got to
we'll
watch
go Patreon.
26 hours of another
And we'll
show
talk about it.
first before we do the Patreon.
We can just do Andor.
So much extra work.
We watch Andor. You'll love Andor.
I think
I
you'll
think
love Andor.
No, I've heard it's great, and I believe, and I also don't think that Star Wars is. I just don't think it's something that I would like get hooked into.
It's not even about the goodness or badness of Star Wars. We're saying you have been allotted 6 hours to get someone to like Star Wars, and if they don't, you have failed your mission.
Yeah.
I know I
you
failed the mission, but that
are
doesn't-
Samuel L. Jackson in the prequel who gets pushed out the window.
and I guess what I'm saying
Don't
is,
spoil it. I have to watch this in a basement in Bali one day.
it's not. It's not about the mission. It's about bringing her joy. So it's not that she won't like it. This isn't about me convincing you.
Mission
This is about me
failed.
wanting you to love a thing I love and showing you the love there. And I don't want to fuck that up.
Right. Well, if after 6
Wow, the
hours
stakes are
she
so
doesn't like it,
emotional.
you have fucked up.
Well, I'm going to say this too, and here's another thing why I really want to do this is that I go, listen, I know you don't like it, but guess what? One day a year, you get free lunch, free flight, free fun. And the only thing is you just have to watch Star Wars. Right? So I'm saying like
Free
you get
and
this
the
thing where
free
it's
fun
like,
is watching a movie in a basement with
well,
Greg.
I hate
No beach, no sun.
I hate Gossip Girl. I hate it. I hate it. Right?
Why do you hate Gossip Girl?
I hate it. Hey, I hate it.
Have you
But
watched
if
it?
Anthony kidnapped me to watch Gossip Girl, guess what? That day, I'm with Anthony. We're watching it. I'm going to kind of love it because I'm not me that day. You know what I mean?
The
And then-
Dante Day.
So why
It's
don't
kind
you
of a
guys? I
thing.
think you two should. This would be fun. Patreon. I
I smell an idea
I
coming.
smell an idea. You two do like a Freaky Friday thing where you give the other person an episode to watch of each other's thing, and then you report them back to
is
each other. Anthony moderates.
This
so
is great. A
you
Housewives
Be neighbor.
episode.
Yeah.
Housewives episode for you. A Clone Wars episode for you.
Right. And you choose
great.
one episode. We're not doing a whole day. This
already
isn't
know.
Bali. And
I got
you're-
a Roni season 9 queued up right here.
There we go. So now, Greg, you got to go home and watch this episode.
You
and then
must share a link. As I cannot be able to find it on my
share a
own.
link.
Yeah.
This is
All right,
the-
man.
Okay.
Fine. If that's,
That's a big
if that's
hiccup.
the,
Sure, dude.
that's the straw,
Yeah, we can text
fine.
it to you in 10
Yeah.
seconds.
All right.
Yeah,
I think that's a fun
that's
idea.
a fun
That's
day.
great.
At least there's a trade going on.
Yeah.
At
I'll
least
do it. I
Greg
think-
isn't
yeah.
forcing something, on
Yes.
Alison. We can see if Greg is as,
Open-minded.
as he claims to be.
Yeah. Because I'll say this. I kind of love everything. And I can, but I do not love Housewives.
You just
I
said
know
you
this.
hate
I
Gossip
found
Girl. You don't
the
kind of
thing.
love everything.
That was the thing with
You
Gossip Girl.
vehemently screamed at me.
Do a rewind.
Yeah. But I would love
I love everything. I hate Gossip Girl.
if you and me were sitting on a couch, sharing a blanket, eating popcorn, I would love Gossip Girl.
What kind of kidnapping do you think this is, man? A kidnapping, they leave the room and they leave you some white bread.
I like a fun sweet
This is like
time.
a friend kidnapping.
Yeah, it's a
You're
friend
saying this is,
kidnap.
this is almost like a different proposal.
Different
This is a-
proposal.
This is a
Different
trade
proposal.
This is a
This
Patreon
is
show.
for the show. This
Yeah.
is for the 100%
this.
Patreon.
Then you sit together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys you come back prepared with like
Here's what I
thoughts,
liked.
a recap,
Yeah.
what I didn't like, who are these people, questions for the other person.
Great.
That's a fun thing.
Well,
I would do it.
And you let the audience know before you do the podcast
Here's what
which
we're-
episodes you guys will be watching
Yeah.
so they can prepare.
Okay.
Great.
Do
Great for
we
the Patreon.
do we so here's the thing, right? Mine would be easy because you're gonna show me an episode of that show. Housewives.
You forgot the show.
Housewives of whatever. I'll do it.
but I have to know what Clone Wars, the animated series, is.
Right. So like I would have to show you a movie. Because there's really if we're going Star Wars, I can't just pick an episode.
You
would be
just
like,
said Clone
are all
Wars
these
is
people?
26 hours of episodes.
So if we're doing one episode,
I'll do 2 episodes of Clone Wars.
but I would just
They're half hours.
I would just show you Rogue One the movie, so you'd have to watch the movie. So that might be more.
I'll allow a movie.
Well,
Okay.
that equals.
But then I could do all of the Mexico trip.
Right.
In season 9.
The
as long as
length,
there's a link.
Yeah, it's got to be comparable.
comparable
length.
time.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think there should be a preamble. Here's what you're getting into. Like when you go
Here's the
Rogue One,
backstory.
like here's where we are. Yeah, you go to the Mexico trip, you go, here's where we are.
Yeah, so I'd show you Rogue One, and then I would watch your thing, and then I would show you another one.
I'll do, and you're
Why do
fine.
you keep pushing more?
Yeah,
Because I'll tell you this straight. I'll show you your fucking face. I think Allison, this time next year, she's gonna be wearing 2 buns and a white dress for
okay.
Halloween.
Well,
All right,
no.
I'm gonna get her into Star Wars so hard. I'm gonna get her into Star Wars so fucking hard.
Next year,
I know
We'll do
what
it
Allison
again. What day
has
is
a-
it? October
cane.
17th.
Yoda ears.
Goddamn right. I know what kind of person
Other
you are.
references I don't know.
She's in graphite or whatever.
Yeah.
Greg will be
Carbonite.
lying about his cancer in a dress.
I want to see
That's
that
for the
show.
Bravo
That
heads.
show sounds better, right?
Yeah.
Off the bat.
Have a laugh now, because next
I
year
will not in bad faith. Like, I won't be like, I didn't like it to like, I just want you to
I know
like,
you
I
won't.
would not.
I know you won't.
But if I don't
Okay.
like it,
I
you
have
have
a-
to take me at my word.
no, I will not. I'll just
All right.
keep shoving
Well,
more down your
He's
throat.
Trump. Will you?
Well, you just haven't seen this
I'll
yet.
be in the election. I don't trust the outcome.
If you watch
only if I win.
if you watch Rogue One and go, I don't like this, I will be like, okay, fine. Because Rogue One probably is the best Star Wars
Okay.
movie made.
We just have to both accept the outcomes of this.
Of course.
Right.
But here's the thing. This is what I believe about this stuff. It's good. And I know this sounds crazy. So if you can get people to like watch a thing, we give it a real fair shot and be like, hey, this is why, people will see the love. It's like
Greg,
something
we
a
already
person.
agreed to the terms. What,
Right.
why-
No,
Yeah.
I'm not arguing.
What are you afraid of, man?
I'm afraid that
You're
next
afraid
year,
that she's going to notice that they're suddenly good at using the lightsaber and they weren't good before?
Pull on some
Are
threads.
you afraid that some things are going to be weird?
Or are you afraid you're going to
Some
love
people
Housewives so
Look,
much
I
that
gotta
you
fight
have
some
to
people-
Bali to catch.
Some
I gotta
thousands
people
of
get-
wake
hours
up.
to catch
Some
up
people
on.
wake up and they go, "I'd love to be punched in the face today."
yeah. No, I guarantee she gets me to watch Housewives. I watched 3 episodes.
You're in.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, of course, this is great.
Yeah.
If you love it, I know I'll love it.
Right? I don't know why you think she's fighting against it.
Have you seen her eyes?
Bowling balls?
Bowling balls, 2 strikes. It's like the Kingpin movie up there.
That's a movie
I
we can
gotta
all
go.
agree on. Yeah,
All
this
right.
is probably
Let's
enough.
hit it, man. This was great.
Thanks for
Freid,
coming.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Do you
you.
have stuff you want to tell people?
No one.
We don't know when this is coming out. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Could be
I'll
anytime.
be watching the Star Wars franchise in Bali next week.
Cool. In a basement with a hood on.
Windows shuttered. No
But you
need-
can hear the breeze.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a beautiful place. All right.
All right. Thanks so much.
Welcome to Talk